usually don't think about entering econ, at least I didn't when I was in high school, because I didn't really know what it was. When I first imagined it, I thought it was gonna be about people in suits, about people who only talk about money and hard facts all the time, and just really complicated math and stuff. And as someone who didn't have that much confidence in math, I never really thought of it as a major that I would end up entering. But after I took my first econ class in high school, kind of by chance, just because my counselor put me in the class, I actually learned a lot and I fell in love with the subject. And I think it's kind of sad because my econ class only had 3 girls out of like 20 students. And I think it's because of these like misconceptions about what economics is that kind of deters girls from entering the field. So today I'm gonna demystify it and kind of talk a little more about what econ actually is and why you should major in it and why I fell in love with it. And I hope that that can kind of inspire you guys to pursue econ. So, what is economics? Econ is basically the study of scarcity. Basically what the study of scarcity is how to balance our infinite amounts of wants and needs with our scarce amount of resources. So how I like to think about it is when I go into a shopping mall and I see all the dresses from Forever 21 and all the bags and like Prada and Nordstrom Rack or whatever that I obviously can't afford. Yeah, so I have so many wants and needs, there's so many things on sale, and let's say I only have $20 and I don't know how to satisfy my infinite amounts of wants and needs with the $20 I have. So how do I make that decision? Well, in order to make the decision of what I'm gonna buy with the resources I have, which is the $20, I have to kind of delegate and kind of see what my preferences are. And that's when we use a concept called utility, which in econ is basically the happiness, or so basically utils are like how much happiness you derive from the consumption of an item. So because, for example, if I prefer buying dresses over buying handbags, then my utility that I derive from buying a dress is going to be higher than the utility that I derive from buying a handbag. So I would choose to buy the dress and the handbag, and that's how I would make my decision of where to kind of allocate my $20 to in order to satisfy my wants and needs. So this study of scarcity is the core central problem of econ. Kind of like how gravity is the core problem of rocket scientists, this idea of scarcity can also be kind of translated to a multitude of different areas. This concept of scarcity is how businesses make decisions when they think about what they should produce, how much profit they're going to make, and where they should allocate their inputs in order to get the most output. It's also how like governments and like public officials make decisions in order when they decide where to allocate their resources to kind of maximize the happiness of society. It's also the study of individual people, how individuals make decisions to make themselves better off. And this is why I fell in love with econ, because it's basically the study of how the world works, how people, businesses, corporations, governments make decisions to make themselves better off. So you have development econ, where you study about like why rich countries are rich, why poor countries are poor, and how do we allocate resources in order to make those poor countries better off. So you study things like infrastructure, education, health, foreign aid, and stuff like that. So development econ is always extremely interesting, and it was one of my favorite classes in college. There's also sectors like health econ, which is also super interesting. It has to do all about health system in the US, the health systems in other countries, and how can we make people's lives healthier and live longer. It's also like microeconomics, which is like the study of like individual decisions, like how businesses make decisions to like profit maximize, what input costs are. And there's also macroeconomics, the study of economies of countries. So you study things like GDP and inflation, deflation. So learn about things like unemployment rate, what the government can do, what the central bank can do to make your lives better. There's also like agricultural economics, public economics, and econ allows you to become like a better citizen, a better decision maker. That's why I fell in love with it, and I hope you do too.